Happy birthday, America! Alright, now that we got that out of the way. It is the 4th of July. Kabam is throwing offers at us in a desperate attempt to get us to throw money at them. And yes, I have a bunch of crystals to open. Let's celebrate! Under PHCs doesn't seem like a big deal. Hold that thought. Living with people is fun. Anyway, 100 PHCs doesn't seem like a big deal anymore for me, just because it's a bunch of, at best, well, it's a bunch of 2 stars. It might be a handful of 3 and 4 stars, but I can't remember the last time I used a 4 star. I'm considering using Archangel for his ability control on some of these bosses. We'll see how that goes. I know one of them is stun immune. I haven't really dug into the uncollected difficulty yet. Taking my time because there are probably going to be bugs, because it's Kabam. Happy Kabam. You got bugs. That's 11 PHCs and 4 3 stars already. That's actually kind of astonishing. Did not really expect that at all. Obviously, it'll probably even out as we go, but it's well, it's just a little bit above the curve. So it's still kind of fun to open these PHCs, mostly because I get to watch the shiny pictures go by. But at this point, none of them really mean anything to me, which is kind of sad, because I remember when I would spin out PHCs and be like, oh, am I going to get a 4 star? Is it going to be one I can use? Yay, my roster's better, but at this point 100 PHCs will not have a notable impact on my roster, except for the possibility of some 5-star shards from 4-star dupes. I don't know, is that sad? Maybe that's exciting because it means my roster's that much better. I'm up in the air on that one. This would be the part where somebody who cared about social engagement would say, tell me what you think in the comments. But I don't, so I won't. I'm also not going to stop you from commenting. It's just, holy cow, that's a lot of 3 stars. Not complaining, just surprised. Yeah, feel free to comment or not as you please. I have no dog in this fight. My channel is not monetized. I don't get enough views to monetize, and it's a low priority for me. So this is just a video of me opening crystals because other people wanted me to. I guess if you're watching this, it's because you care a little bit. So thanks for caring a little bit about a random dude on the internet opening champions in a random mobile game. Yay, loot boxes. Excuse me, surprise acquisition mechanics. I had to try that one sometime if EA complains that I've not paid them as much money as they want me to for their games. And I'm like, no, I'm not exploiting your ludicrous price store. It's a surprise. Hey, surprise Archangel. I'm okay with the surprise Archangel. I'm actually a little bit more than okay with a surprise Archangel, because we scroll all the way through. Ding ding. We have a max Sig Crystal from that surprise Archangel. Thanks, Kabam. Really, I don't have any reason to thank Kabam for their randomness because it's pretty dumb. I guess I'll thank Brutal DLX. That seems appropriate. We just got the Venom Crystal from him a week or two ago. Don't remember the exact timing. What I do remember is, like everybody else, I got a 3-star Venom. There was a guy in my alliance that got a 5-star. A little jealous. I'd like to have a 5-star Venom. No real reason. He's just really good against spiders. And even though I have a Venom the Duck, he still has utility in that particular. Yeah, Thor dupe. Check out that Bifrost. He still has utility in variant. And thanks to my recent Act 5 completion, Act 6 and variant are next up on the table. Oh look, surprise 4-star. It's Iron Man. Yay. Yippee. Skippy. Yay. Hooray. Freaking Iron Man. Speaking of champs that need a rework, holy cow, is he bad. He's just totally worthless. He's got no special abilities, he just regens a little bit when he's already almost lost the fight. And I gotta be honest, if you're fighting him anywhere that matters, and he gets down low enough to trigger that regen, there's a real good chance you're going to die before that regen does anything. And he doesn't have enough damage to save the fight, so it's not going to save his life either. It's just kind of pointless. Really sad, but I mean, basically all of the Stark suits are like that. The only Stark Tech champs that are any good are Sparky and Infinity War Iron Man. This has been a great crystal run so far. I've already got the expected 2 4-star champs. As you can see from the drop rates, what the heck? That's now a 3% drop rate. I'm sure it was 2 not long ago. I wonder when that got changed. Maybe I was also wrong. That's possible. I'll have to check. But wrong or not, I've still opened 55 crystals and pulled 3 4-star champs, which puts me at nearly double the expected drop rate for 100 already. So if I get 0 additional 4-stars in the next 45 crystals, I will still have hit my expected average, which is really pretty astonishing. And one of them was even a max dupe, which is fantastic. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Like I said, the only things that make me happy are getting those 5-star shards from 4-star dupes, and I have pulled 3 4-stars, and they have all been dupes. Can't really ask for much better than that. I mean, I guess I could ask that all of these are 4-stars, but that's unlikely. Let's go with unlikely. I mean, now that I'm done with Act 5, really, Variant and Labyrinth are the only places where I can still even use 4-stars. And I have basically every synergy backpack I'd need in 4-star. So, yeah, I can't think of a single 4-star champ that would actually change anything about my roster. Oh, and look, is Medusa. Like a year ago, I'd have been really happy to pull out Medusa because I could use her on defense, but now we have multiple, 455 Medusas, and there's really no place for a 4-star Medusa, which is kind of sad. She's still got her value, of course, if you're fighting robots, but I would prefer to fight robots with 5 stars. And a good chunk of the robots in the game are villains, and I've got Blade for that, so... Or Medusa. Also, I have no Black Bolt. I do have Quake, but I have neither Black Bolt nor Karnak, so even if I did pull Medusa as a 5 star, I wouldn't use her. It's weird, I remember probably 6 or 9 months into this game, I got my very first 5 star, and I didn't really even have a place to use him because it was Ronan. Everybody else in the Alliance that was pulling 5 star was duping their Star-Lord and winning the game, and I was like, yes, Hammer Bro. It's a Thor clone. But, you know, I'm not upset that I got the Ronan. I'm not even upset that my second 5 star was also Ronan. Well, I was upset at the time, but his stunlock abilities really have come in handy at various times. I remember Dormammu's event quest and that resistor node on him, and I was not in a place where I could consistently beat the final boss in Master. Just getting to him was rough. But then that particular month, I had Ronan, and he just stun-locked Dormammu to victory, and as a result I never learned to properly evade his L2. It took me probably 3 more years to pick that one up. But that's okay. You ever have those champs that are like set up just right in EQ that you can cheese your way through them and you never actually learn how to fight them? Yeah. Turns out that was actually not great, because then next month they show up randomly in the path and you're like, wait, how does this champ work again? I've kind of started trying to do it with as few items as possible so that I have to repeat the paths and refight them. And holy cow, that's not another 4 star? I mean, granted, it's freaking War Machine, but this is a lot of 4 stars, and they've all been dupes. I'm really happy. I'm really, really happy. Let's keep going, just about done here. I think that's why Korg is such a tough defender, was because he was never in the EQ. So most people didn't really have any interaction with him until he started showing up on defense. And that's why 3-star Korgs were getting kills in Tier 1 Alliance War. I mean, there are a few counters now and people understand him a little better. He's still tough. But, man, that was just a shocking turn of events when he just appeared in war and everybody was like, what do we do with this guy? Help. And died. And died a lot. It was a couple solid weeks there before the content creators got How to Fight Korg videos out and people started figuring them out. Not so much the 3-star Korgs, they kind of disappeared after a war or two, but I mean, you'll still see a few. Hey! Spider-Verse champs, hooray. Thanks, Venom the Duck. Now, ordinarily I would know better than to open another crystal when I had a solo objective that needed me to select the rewards from, but this is one more crystal. I'm going to spin it anyway. And if it's another 3-star Spider-Verse champ, I'll live. It's not the end of the world. Really not at all. And it's not going to be a 3-star, it's going to be a 2-star, because that's how these work. So, as it turns out, if you record a bunch of videos and never delete them, your phone eventually runs out of storage. Let's try that again. Crystal number 100, despite my predictions, was in fact a 3-star Aegon, which you can see right there. While I was waiting for a impromptu offload of a bunch of stuff I had on my phone, I noticed something interesting about these 3 different Max Sig crystals. And this crystal here is a 2-star Max Sig crystal, which awards 3-star crystal shards the rare chance to obtain a 3-star Iron Fist. That's all that says. However, if we go over to the 3-star Max Sig crystal, we notice, first of all, it has drop rates available, and it also drops Awakened Gems and Sig Stones, as well as the 4-star shards, and the tiny, tiny, tiny chance at the Iron Fist. Interesting, I didn't know you could buy 3-star Max Sig crystals, but apparently, according to Command's logic, you can, because that's the only reason they put drop rates on those things. What's fascinating is when we go over to the 4-star Max Sig crystals, they have 4-star gems, 4-star Sig Stones, 5-star shards, and 5-star Iron Fist, but no drop rate. Kabam. Seriously. What are you doing? Anyway, so we have finally opened 100 PHCs, and waited for a long time while I emptied out my phone, and we're back. Let's go back to the crystals and get to the reason you all actually wanted to watch this video. I don't know if you actually wanted to watch this video. That might be a little ambitious of me. Oh, look! Here we go! 5-star crystals. And there are 5 of them. I'm really happy about that. I think this is the most 5-star crystals I've ever opened at once. So let's pray to Brutal DLX that we get some good results out of here. What am I looking for? I would love to dupe Omega Red or Archangel, because that would reduce the number of targets I have for the generic gem I got for completing Act 5. I would love to pull Massacre to go with my Domino and Red Hulk. Korg would be great. Obviously, my precious Unicorn Magic is not going to show up because this game hates me. Phoenix. Okay. Well, importantly, that is a dupe. And it's a first dupe, which is the best dupe, because now she has her Sig, and that will make her more useful in arenas, because I don't actually use her for anything. But I also get those beautiful, beautiful 6-star shards. There they are, 275 of them. Happy day. Let's see what else we get. Anybody else I really want? Obviously, a Domino dupe would be great because I use her a lot. Sabretooth would be great to pair with my various villain combo synergy teams. Omega Red, Void. I have a Black Panther. I'd rather have a Killmonger to go with that crew. I even have a Duke Winter Soldier. Talk to me about Dungeon Crystals. Ask me how much I like Dungeon Crystals. I have a Winter Soldier with Sig 2. Yeah, I guess a Voodoo would be nice. Captain Movie would be nice. Okay, that? No. I have a 6-star Sentinel. That's not a dupe. That's not shards. That's... I just pulled a 5-star Disappointment. Okay, they can't all be winners. Champs I don't want. Any of the bad champs. Also, any champs I have as a 6-star. Or any of the champs that I already have duped that I don't use. Those are kind of meh results. I also don't want, like, a Corvus, because that would make it even more difficult for me to make my rank up decisions. Oh, Aegon. Aegon would be great to have. Of course, I need to get him again, and then I have to worry about do I gem him, and decision paralysis is hard when you have a lot of good choices, as well as when you have a lot of bad choices. When I have a lot of bad choices, it's easy for me to say, okay, I just won't make the decision. But when I have all these great decisions, it's like, now what? Well, now what is I pull Groot? Unbelievable. Okay, well, I don't need to talk about how much Groot sucks, because we all know Groot sucks. Moving on. Not even a King Groot. Like, if you're going to give me a walking tree, at least give me the one that's halfway decent. King Groot dupe. Wouldn't be a bad thing at all, actually. Still probably wouldn't use him, but at least he'd be better. And I wouldn't feel like I just wasted a 5-star crystal on a pile of sticks. Simeo's Spring is supposed to be pretty good. I guess I wouldn't mind pulling him. Not sure if he needs his dupe. There are a handful of champs that I just don't know about, depending on when they came out. Like, was I in a phase where I was just spamming revives to get through and not bothering to really learn the fight? Did I? Ow. Oh, look, it's a champion. First dupe is best dupe. I guess. 6-star shards, moving on. Final 5-star crystal. I'm still happy. I'm still excited. I'm still pleased that I'm adding 5 stars to my roster. I'm glad that I'm getting dupes with me 6-star shards. I'm not, depressed about these results. It'd just have been nice if they were a little better. Granted, at this point, there are very few champs in here that would actually make me go, yay! So I guess it's not totally surprising that I'm not getting a lot of what I want. The group was a slap in the face, though. Who else we got? I wouldn't mind a Venom the Duck dupe. I've been using him in AQ all the time. That'd be alright. Ooh! Gladiator Hulk. He's an XL, he's a poison immune, and he deals with those annoying passive dots that are all over the contest. That's quite solid. I don't hate this at all. Except for the enormous amount of Cosmic ISO and the 0 Cosmic Champs I'm going to be ranking up anytime soon. But hey, 556-star shards, a new champ that I might actually use, 2 new champs that I will never touch, on whole, not a terrible 5-star opening. Also, I opened 5 stars. How cool is that? Alright, but what's really, really cool, more cool than anything else, I have a 6-star to open. Boop. Let's pop this bad boy. Oh, it's so shiny and pretty and multifaceted and angular and kind of weird looking, but that's okay. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da. Bing. Oh boy, 6 stars. There are so many 6 stars I want. Basically, I want a good 6-star. That's really all I'm interested in. Preferably one that doesn't need a dupe, but I'm willing to take one that does, and then hope that I get it again later. Kind of a big ask, I know. But still. At this point, I have 6 stars, which means that this one will not make a huge difference for me in arenas. But if it's a good one, it could make a huge difference for me in my teams. I'm looking for somebody with good synergies that I already have, or excellent standalone, like a Heimdall. 6-star Heimdall would be huge. I would love that. I would have a use for my ISO. Or I pull a 6-star Doctopus Octopus. For those of you keeping track at home, that is my 4th villain. Wait, is that my 4th villain? Okay. No, this is my 5th villain. 5th of 7. I have opened 7 6-star crystals. 5 of them have been villains. Sigh. That said, Ock isn't terrible. He's better when he's duped for pretty much everything. But there are some uses I think I could theoretically put him to. So, not the end of the world there. Hey, thanks for watching. Sorry about the interruption in the middle of things. And guess, if anyone still cares, We'll see you next time.